Hello. So, um, today I have a few testimonies. A lot went on today. First of all, I'm not sure if any of you guys seen the video where I talked about it was a birthday video where I talked about how God has blessed me to even have life. How I had health issues with breathing and having TMJ and all of my 3 passages of airway being closed, or close to close completely, and me being near death, and how God, reversed that for me, and also provided the finances for that treatment, because the treatment is not covered by any insurance. TMJ is not covered by any insurance, so the treatment goes up to $10,000, and the Lord has been providing for me. Well, I just found out recently that not only do I have this, but my 6-year-old son has this as well. And consultation alone is like $400 or $500 to even get a consultation. And so I barely had money, to start my treatment, but then the Lord gave it to me. And now my son has to go through this. So in order for me to be able to get his treatment started, TMJ is normally caused by another issue in the body, and typically it does start in the nose. So in order for me to even, fix the issue at hand, that's causing the TMJ in the first place, I have to take my son to an ENT, ear, nose, throat doctor. And so this morning, I had set up a doctor's appointment, and we were headed to the doctor. I had to wait for an Uber or a Lyft to get here. And when I got inside, when I get inside these Ubers and Lyfts, he sends the right people at the right time. So I'm rushing, because I was trying to get my baby to the doctor and then, get him into school once the doctor visit was done. I was trying to get him into school before 10 a.m. So I'm rushing. I'm rushing for the appointment. The appointment is at 8:40. The app, it like delayed. It said it was only going to take 7 minutes for the ride to arrive. And this is before I even purchased the actual ride. So I purchased the ride, and then once I purchased it, it added an extra like 10 or 15 minutes onto it, before my actual ride arrived to my home. So it caused me to run behind, like 15 minutes late. And so I'm getting into the Uber. I had just got my insurance, but I hadn't switched my child's PCP doctor over to the doctor that we were going to. So I'm trying to call the doctor's office and switch the name over. I'm just trying to do a lot. I'm trying to call the school, let the school know that he's not going to be there. I'm trying to call the doctor's office to let them know that we're going to be late. So I'm trying to make all these phone calls while I'm in the car, knowing I'm going to be late, and just being frustrated and agitated, right? Whole time, this lady who picked us up, she was so friendly. She just kept talking to me while she saw I was on the phone. So I'm like being short with her, and I'm trying to get these people to answer the phone and handle business. She just kept, intervening and talking, or and my son is talking, and I'm just like getting really frustrated because it's throwing me off, because I'm trying to handle everything within that 20 or 30 minute ride. Well, I heard her say, because I really wasn't paying attention at first, but I heard her mention something about her daughter having sleep apnea issues and having surgery. And when I heard the word sleep apnea, I said, wait a minute, that registered to me. I said, that's what my son is dealing with, sleep apnea. And so the Lord was like, listen, like, you're looking for answers, but I have them right here. This lady has been talking about what you're going through. So I put my phone down. I hung up. I put my phone down. I said, if we late, it is what it is. I just pray that, they still take us by the time we get there. But obviously God has something for me in this woman. There's a message here. So the lady had explained to me that her daughter had sleep apnea, and she found out at the age of 2, and it was caused by I believe she said adenoids and tonsils. Like her tonsils and her adenoids she had to have surgeries on her tonsils and get those removed, and she had surgery on her adenoids. And she talked about the symptoms of the sleep apnea and her sleepwalking and things of that nature, and her choking in her sleep and not being able to breathe in her sleep and things of that nature. And she testified to me how once she had the surgery for the tonsils and the adenoids, she was just fine. And she said all of this she found out when her daughter was 2. She didn't have the surgery until her daughter was 10, but now her daughter is 12 years old and she's functioning and living fine. And so she even mentioned like how she had to get tested for sleep apnea and how insurance did cover it, because the people that I was going through, they said that sleep apnea was not covered through insurance. This lady pretty much gave me the blueprint on how to get it covered financially, who to go through, what facility to go to. She was giving me literally everything I needed help with. The doctors that I spoke with told me, hey, we need a cash payment. The payment has to be from you. You can file a claim once you make the payment, but insurance does not cover it. So, this is what the doctors was saying, but God had sent a messenger, a ram in the bush. He sent someone to tell me, hey, me and my husband had to go through this with my child. I've had 5 children, and one of my children went through this, and we've made it through. We've come out on the other side. These are the steps to take. This is who to call. This is who to contact. So I don't know who this is for. I just wanted to let y'all know that God He cares about what you go through. Take everything back to God. And I almost missed out. On my blessing. I almost missed out on the message and the word, because I was just so busy trying to be in control of things myself. But God had already given me the breakthrough. God had already given me the answers. So I don't know who this message is for, but don't miss your blessings. I don't know. Lately, God has been putting on me that somebody need to count their blessings. Somebody has been overlooking their blessings. That lady was sweet and kind to me. She was speaking to me, and she didn't even know that she was feeding me what she needed to feed me. And she actually left me with a message on top of that. I kept talking about God and testifying to this woman, and she acted like she didn't even acknowledge God at first. At first, she was just, and she just kept talking. She just kept fast talking and talking and talking. But I misread this woman. When I got into her car, she had snacks and treats and water and juices, and it looked like a vending machine in her car to get in her car. And it was so peaceful when you got into the ride. And then on top of that, like I said, I didn't really think that she had a relationship. I didn't really know. I really couldn't tell that she had a relationship with God like that, because every time I mentioned God, she really didn't acknowledge, what I was saying about God or his presence. But by the time I got out that car, that lady handed me a card, and it looked like it was a card that says on the front of it, today's prayer. And it had a scripture on it. It said, but I trust in your heart. I'm sorry. The scripture says it's Psalms 13, chapter 13, verse 5. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. That information right there has saved my son's life. I was looking for the doctors to do it. But God is our doctor. So again, I don't know who that's for. I don't know if somebody going through a health issue, or you praying to God and you feel like you're being overlooked or your prayers are not being answered. It's time to reflect. Don't overlook your blessings. Count your blessings, because each and every one of them matter. I heard God say to me, the things that are small to me are big to you, and the things that are little to you are big to me, because I care about what you care about. I love you so much. So I just want somebody, if that message is for you, take me in that back to the Lord. But I pray that somebody catches that and receives that, and y'all, God is moving. God is moving. I pray you guys have a blessed day. I hope that helps somebody.